Hey, good evening. Tonight, as we talk, I want us to think carefully about living for what matters, especially if you're a young person. And welcome back to Everyday Talk 24/7. It's really great to start this next week with you on Monday, November 17th. Living for what matters. As young people, we think what matters is right now. I'm referring to us kind of collectively there. Obviously, I'm not young, but I can remember when I was young. And we live for what matters in the moment. And that is destructive to us. God wants us to live for what truly matters in life. I mentioned here from time to time that I've done a fair amount of counseling over the last 40 years. And a lot of it with older people over 40, over 50, over 60, in some cases over 70. What matters is about building relationships with your children, where you see them walking after God. Not perfectly, but you see an orientation towards God. And for your young person, this is huge. It's huge for everyone, but especially if you're young. But listen to what I'm going to read here in Proverbs chapter 23. I'm going to read from verses 22 to 25. Listen to your father who gave you life, and don't despise your mother when she is old. Get the truth and never sell it. Also get wisdom, discipline, and good judgment. The father of godly children has cause for joy. What a pleasure to have children who are wise. So give your father and mother joy. May she who give you birth be happy. What I'm talking to here is for when you are young. Are you living now in such a way that you are preparing to give this kind of joy to your children? See, one of the universals in the counseling, at least that I've done, and I believe others as well, people are hurting about their relationship with their children. They see their children not going in a good direction, and they are heartbroken for it. And what I'm asking now for you as a young person to consider living in a way which is going to make it possible for your children to bring joy to you. I'm not talking about manipulation here. We're talking about, are you giving thought to what you're doing right now? Are you preparing for being able to live this life, your life, so that your children will bring joy to you? Again, I'm not talking about manipulating them or forcing them or demanding rules for them. But do they see the choices that you are making right now, you young folks? Do the children that you will raise, will they be able to see that you have made choices that if for you it matters? Are you loving them and caring for them, even before they are born? See, these last verses here, these last couplet of verses 24 and 25, the father of the godly children has cause for joy. I've seen so many broken-hearted parents. And in many cases, not always, but in many cases, they grieve over the choices that they made. They should have made their children a priority, relationships a priority. Instead, they were focused on other things, or they were focused on their children's performance, and not focused on knowing them for who they are. What a pleasure to have children who are wise. Are you taking steps now in your life that will help your children, your future children, to be wise? See, that's on us. So give your father and mother joy. May she who give you birth be happy. You want to make life choices that are consistent with this kind of mindset that Solomon is urging us to. Don't live for the moment. Live for what matters. And what matters is when you are my age and you look back and you look at the moment and you see your children. Are they bringing joy to you? Did you plan for that? Or did you set them up to be frustrated? Did you burden them down with rules? Or maybe you just didn't think at all about the choices you make now and the impact that would have on your children. Maybe you thought, all I've got to do is just continue to live for the moment. Live for romance. Live for success. Live for fame, accomplishment. Live for a good bank account. There may be a place for those things. But did you live in such a way so that you're investing so that your children are a cause for joy? You see, this father and mother here, they have reason for joy because their children are walking after things that are good things. And sometimes our kids go completely off the rails and there's not much we can do about it. But the things that we can do about it, the things that you can do about it now as a young person, make choices that your children will look back and say, I was loved. And mom and dad lived for the things that are really worth living for. If you can transmit that to your children, then you are living for what matters. And you are living in such a way that's going to bring joy and peace to you now by selflessly investing in your children, not to make them perform, but to help them see the beauty of wisdom, as Solomon says, so that they too will want to buy wisdom, get wisdom, invest in discipline, and make that their most precious possession. Young folks, live for what matters, not for the moment, but for what matters. As always, I love your thoughts and your feedback. So great to be with you, and Lord willing, we'll talk to you again tomorrow. You have a great night. Bye-bye.